Good afternoon po. Welcome to DPWH Sorsogon 2nd District Engineering Office, Payawing, Bulan, Sorsogon. Scheduled for today's pre-bid conference are the following contracts. 26 FL0006, Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System Off-Carriageway Improvement, Improvement for Secondary Roads, Gate to Bulan Airport Road, kilometer 632 plus 879 to kilometer 633 plus 000, Bulan, Sorsogon. 26 FL0008, 001, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System Asset Preservation Program, Preventive Maintenance, Tertiary Roads, Irosin-Sn Roque-Bulusan, Bulan, Bulusan Lake Road, kilometer 630 plus 000 to kilometer 630 plus 141 Irosin-Sorsogon, and 25 FL0113, construction of multipurpose facilities in San Bernardino, Islan, Bulusan, Sorsogon. So today is May 28, 2026, and present here are the following: Joanna C. Calagos, BAC Chairman.
Present.
Levi D. Pura Jr., BAC Vice Chairman.
Present. Leia
Fontanares, BAC Member. Nathaniel B. Alegre, BAC Secretariat. Russell Joy P. Rocha, PDO, Planning Representative. Christian E. Austria, IT Representative. Chloe Valeros, TWG. Glenn L. Inicio, BAC Secretariat. Mr. Chair, meron na po tayong quorum.
Okay, since we have a quorum, this pre-bid conference is now called to order. The agenda for this pre-bid meeting are as follows. First, basic contract data, requirements of bidding documents, eligibility criteria, documents to be submitted by the bidder, including technical and financial proposals, criteria and procedures for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, cost, qualification, and award, summary of proceedings, including bid bulletins, supplemental to be issued, questions, comments from the bidders, and replies of the BAC and other representatives of the procuring entity, and other matters. To discuss the basic contract data is Engineer Russell Joy Rocha.
Thank you, ma'am. For basic contract data with contract ID 25FL0113 with contract name Construction of Multipurpose Facilities in San Bernardino Island, Bulusan, Sorsogon. Contract location, Bulusan, Sorsogon, with approved budget for the contract of 49,500,000 pesos. The source of fund is from the FY 2025 GAA with contract duration of 212 calendar days. Predetermined unworkable number of days is 52 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents is 25,000 pesos. Submission of bids is scheduled on June 10, 2026 until 10 a.m. and opening of bids shall proceed immediately after closing receipt of bids. Major category 4 is BICWOPLC. For the project description, we have the scope of works. The project covers the construction of a concrete wharf equipment equipped with plastic modular floating docks, a multipurpose building comprising a reception office, kitchen, toilet, and storage room, and repainting of existing lighthouse. For the objectives, the primary objectives of this project are to enhance the safety and security of maritime traffic in San Bernardino Strait by providing reliable navigation aid to vessels, particularly during poor weather conditions, to preserve and promote the historical significance of San Bernardino Lighthouse as an iconic structure with deep cultural value, to improve local tourism by restoring or creating an attraction that showcases the rich maritime history of the region, to provide employment and skills development to local communities during the construction rehabilitation process. Shown are the geotech photos taken during site validation, and we have the environmental clearance as well as the proof of ownership. For the detailed engineering design plan, we have the cover page of the plan, the location map, vicinity map, as well as the site development plan, the floor plan, and the sections elevations of the said project, as well as the typical details of the said project. For the requirements of bidding documents, instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, bid data sheet, specifications from the DPWH Blue Book Volume 2 and 3, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms. Shown is the sample for the bid data sheet as well as the special conditions of contract. We also have the bill of quantities. For the minimum manpower requirement, for the project manager, general experience must have handled infrastructure projects. For the project engineer, DPWH accredited project engineer. Materials engineer, DPWH accredited materials engineer. General construction foreman must have handled similar projects. For the safety and health officer, must have undergone 40 hours basic construction safety and health training. For the equipment requirement, we have the dump truck. Required number of units is 2 units, 1 bagger mixer, 1 unit, and welding machine, 2 units. Proceeding, we have the basic contract data with contract ID 26FL0006 with contract name. Organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system, off-carriageway improvement, off-carriageway improvement to secondary roads, Bulan to Bulan Airport Road, kilometer 632 plus 879 to kilometer 633. Contract location, Bulan Sorsogon with an approved budget of contract of 1,366,120 pesos. Source of fund is the FY 2026 GAA with a contract duration of 26 calendar days with predetermined and workable days of 8 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents is 5,000 pesos. Submission of bids is scheduled on June 10, 2026 until 10 a.m. and opening of bids shall proceed immediately after closing receipt of bids. For the major category of work, we have RCP. For the project description, for scope of works, this project includes site clearing and excavation of the proposed off-carriageway PCCP with a width of 1.5 meters and thickness of 0.23 meters, including reblocking works. It also covers preparation and compaction of the subgrade and subbase materials and installation of metal guardrails or metal beam. For the objectives, to rehabilitate and stabilize road shoulders to prevent edge failures, to enhance road safety for motorists and pedestrians, to extend the service life of existing pavement structures, construct shoulders along priority secondary road segments, improve driving safety by providing safe vehicle recovery zones, as well as reduce maintenance needs for road edges and extend pavement lifespan. We have the geotag photos that were taken during site validation, as well as the environmental clearance and certifications that certifies that the project reflects the updated CMPD second semester, as well as other updated cost references. We have the detailed engineering plan, the cover page, as well as the site development plan, vicinity map, and location map of the said project, the straight line diagram, and the typical details. Requirements for bidding documents, instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, bid data sheet, specifications from the DPWH Blue Book Volume 2 and 3, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms. We have the bid data sheet as well as the special conditions of contract shown on the screen. For the bill of quantities, it is also shown on the screen. For the minimum manpower requirement, for the project manager, general experience must have handled infrastructure projects. For the project engineer, must have handled similar projects. For the materials engineer, DPWH accredited materials engineer. For the general construction foreman, must have handled similar projects. And for the safety and health officer, must have undergone 40 hours basic construction safety and health training. For the minimum equipment requirement, for the dump truck, required number of units is 1 unit, payloader 1 unit, bulldozer 1 unit, backhoe with breaker 1 unit, motorized road grader 1 unit, vibratory roller 1 unit, water pump or truck 1 unit, transit mixer 1 unit, and cargo or service truck 1 unit. Proceeding, we have the basic contract data with contract ID 26FL0008, contract ID 001, ensure safe and reliable national road system, asset preservation program, Preventive Maintenance, Tertiary Roads, Irosin-Sn to Bulusan Lake Road, kilometer 630, to kilometer 630 plus 141. With contract location at Irosin-Sorsogon, with an approved budget of contract of 3,598,560 pesos. The source of money will be from the FY 2026 DAA with a contract duration of 32 calendar days, with predetermined and workable number of days of 8 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents is 5,000. Submission of bids is scheduled on June 10 until 10 a.m. and opening of bids shall proceed immediately after closing receipt of bids. And the major category of the work is RMA. For the project description, for the scope of works, this project covers preventive maintenance works such as application of top coat, laying, spreading, and compaction of hot mix asphalt overlay of 50 mm thickness or thick, removal and replacement of Portland cement concrete pavement, and repainting of pavement markings. For the objectives, primary objective to rehabilitate the Irosin-Sn to Bulusan Lake Road, kilometer 630 to kilometer 630 plus 141, to ensure safer, more efficient, and sustainable transportation. Specific objectives are the following: improve structural integrity and durability of the road, enhance accessibility to essential services and economic hubs, promote agricultural productivity by reducing transportation challenges for farmers, and mitigate environmental impacts through sustainable road design and construction practices. Shown are the geotag photos taken during the site validation as well as the environmental clearances, which the environmental clearance has already been applied for this specific project. For the certifications, we have the certifications that certify that the project reflects the updated CNPD second semester as well as other updated cost references. For the detailed engineering design plan, we have the cover page of the plan, as well as the site development of the plan, location map, and vicinity map, as well as the straight line diagram and the typical details of the site project. Requirements for bidding documents, instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, bid data sheet, specifications from the DPWH Blue Book Volume 2 and 3, drawings, bill of quantities, as well as forms. Shown are the bid data sheet and the special conditions of contract, as well as the bill of quantities. For the minimum manpower requirement for the project manager, general experience, must have handled infrastructure projects, as well as for the project engineer, must have handled similar projects. Materials engineer, must be a DPWH accredited materials engineer. Sa construction general foreman, must have handled similar projects. And for the safety and health officer, must have undergone 40 hours basic construction safety and health training. For the minimum equipment requirement, for the asphalt distributor, required number of units is 1 unit. Power broom toad type, 1 unit. Asphalt paver, 1 unit. Pneumatic tire roller, 1 unit. Tandem steel roller, 1 unit. Water truck or pump, 1 unit. Cargo service truck, 1 unit. Applicator machine, 1 unit. Cargo service truck, 1 unit. Kneading machine, 1 unit. Truck mounted crane, 1 unit. Dump truck, 1 unit. Backhoe, 1 unit. Low bed trailer truck, 1 unit. Motorized road grader, 1 unit. And payloader, 1 unit.
Okay, for the key points, lowest calculated responsive bid or LCRB will be used as the criteria for award. The amount of the advance payment is 15% of the total contract price to be made in lump sum. All progress payments shall first be charged against the advance payment until the latter has been fully exhausted at the option of the procuring entity. The contractor shall submit the program of work to the procuring entity within 10 days of delivery from the notice of award. So for submission and receipt of bids, we are using the 2-envelope system. So for the first envelope, it contains eligibility documents and technical documents, while the second envelope contains financial proposal. The bid validity is 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. Sealing and marking of bids. The original, technical, and the original financial shall be enclosed in original technical envelope and original financial envelope, and then will be enclosed in the original bid envelope. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contractor, contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, back, PE, and do not open before date, time of opening of bids. For the sealing and marking of bids, the copy 1, technical, shall be enclosed in copy 1 technical envelope, and copy 2 financial shall be enclosed in copy 2 financial envelope. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, back, PE, and the do not open before marking with date and time of opening of bids. The original bid envelope and the copy 1 bid envelope shall be enclosed in one single envelope. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient, back, PE, and the do not open before marking with date, time of opening of bid. The unsealed and unmarked bid shall not be accepted. Same with the not compressed and password protected shall not be accepted, while improperly sealed and marked bid shall be accepted. The same with improperly and compressed and password protected bid. For the submission and receipt of bid, the modification of bids, it shall be accepted before the deadline of submission of bids. Bidder shall not be allowed to retrieve its original bid, and they shall submit bid equally sealed, properly identified, and linked to its original bid and marked as a modification. For withdrawal of bids, a letter of withdrawal must be received prior to the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. And for bids withdrawn within the interval between the deadline and expiration of bid validity, the bid security shall be forfeited. For electronic bid submission, the bidder shall send another bid equally secured, properly identified, and labeled as modification of the one previously submitted. The time indicated in the latest bid receipt page generated shall be official time of submission. This is as per GPPB Resolution number 09-2012. We are using two modes po of submission. This is through manual submission that can be sent through Back Secretariat Office, DPWH Sorsogon 2nd DEO, Barangay Payawin, Gubat, Sorsogon, or through electronic submission by sending it on our email ad, electronicbids_sorsogon2@dpwh.gov.ph. So, to be eligible to this bidding, the following persons or entities shall be allowed to participate in the bidding of infrastructure projects. Number 1, duly licensed Filipino citizen or sole proprietorship. Number 2, partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and are which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizen of the Philippines. Number 3, corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to the citizen of the Philippines. And number 4, cooperatives duly organized under the laws of the Philippines or persons or entities forming themselves into a joint venture as per section 52.4.2.1 of the RA 12009. Foreign bidders may be eligible to participate in the procurement of infrastructure projects when provided for under any treaty or international or executive agreement as provided in Section 4 of the Act and the IRR of RA 12009. Must have a valid pickup license, must have an SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid of at least 50% of the ABC, and the SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES or a similar performance and monitoring system as per Section 52.4.2.5 of RA 12009. Contractors under small a and small b category without similar experience, provided the cost of contract to be bid is not more than the ERCC of their registration. And lastly, must have an NFCC at least equal to ABC to be bid, as per Section 52.4.2.6 of RA 12009. As eligibility and technical documents to be submitted by bidders. This is as stated in invitation to bid. Contractors, applicants who wish to participate in this bidding must be in document request list or DRL of PhilJEP's website and secure a printout copy showing that they are included in the list and are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works application at the DPWH Procurement Service, 5th floor, DPWH Building, Bonifacio Drive, Port Area, Manila, while those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated. The contractor's eligibility to bid on the projects will be determined using DPWH Contractor Profile Eligibility Process or CPEP and subject to further post-qualification. So, ina-encourage po ang mga contractors na mag-enroll po sa aming CWA. So, if registered po in the DPWH CWA, ito po ang isasubmit ng mga documents: pickup license and registration in case of joint venture. Number 2, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts. Number 3, statement of bidders SLCC. Number 4, computation of NFCC or the net financial contracting capacity. Number 5, valid joint venture agreement, if applicable. And if not registered naman po in the DPWH CWA, ito po ang mga documents: PhilJEP's Certificate of Registration, Platinum Membership in accordance with Section 20 of the IRR, pickup license and registration in case of joint venture or JV. Number 3, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts. Number 4, statement of bidders SLCC. Number 5, computation of NFCC. Number 6, valid joint venture agreement if applicable. Mandatory requirements. Documents comprising the bid for technical components. Number 1, bid security should be valid for 120 calendar days. Shall be in a form of cash or manager's check or bank draft. Guarantee 2% of ABC is the amount. Number 2, surety bond callable on demand. The amount is 5% of ABC. Or number 3, it could be in the form of bid securing declaration as per RA 12009 form. So please be guided po sa ating new forms po, and please refer to RA 12009 for our new forms. Number 2, project requirements are the following: organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors, personnel, key persons. Number 3, list of contractors, major equipment units, owned list under purchase agreement. So again po, please be guided using our new form, and please refer to RA 12009. Latest General Information Sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC for corporations only po. Or ISO 9001 2015 certification or its latest version as applicable as per Department Order Number 110 Series of 2024. And last is the Omnibus Sworn Statement duly notarized. Again, Please refer to RA 12009 for the new forms po. Legal eligibility requirements, Class A, for the tax clearance. The submission of DIR receipt for renewal of tax clearance will not suffice in lieu of valid tax clearance requirement. And submission of provisionary tax clearance issued by the BIR for bidding purposes is not acceptable form of tax clearance. This is as per GPPB Resolution number 01-2014. And for the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, the statement of the bidder of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid, and the statement shall include all information required in the bidding documents. This is the form of bid securing declaration. Please be guided po as per IRR of RA 12009. Omnibus. Ito naman po ang omnibus sworn statement po na new form. Reminder din po na any omission of the provision shall constitute to post-disqualification po. This is the second envelope financial proposal. It contains the following documents: bid form, summary of bid prices in the bill of quantities, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit price of material, labor, and equipment, cash flow of quarter by quarter, month, and payment schedule, and other documents required in the bidding documents. Again po, please be guided with the new form for our bid form. This is the financial proposal checklist. For the detailed evaluation of bids, the purpose is to determine the lowest calculated bid or LCB by, number 1, establishing correct calculated prices of bids, and number 2, by ranking calculated total bid prices from lowest to highest. The method is a non-discretionary criterion shall be used, which shall include consideration of completeness of bids and minor arithmetical corrections. Results shall be contained in the abstract of bids. In case of discrepancies, bid price in figures versus bid price in words, the bid price in words shall prevail. For total price per item versus unit price for the item times quantity, the unit price of the item times quantity shall prevail. Stated total price versus actual sum of prices of component items, the actual sum of prices of component items shall prevail. And unit cost in the detailed estimate versus unit cost in the bill of quantities, the unit cost in the bill of quantities shall prevail. Please be reminded din po sa aming no contact rule. So, prohibition on communication with bidders from bid evaluation until award of contract. For the post-qualification, the purpose is to determine whether the LCB complies with and is responsive to all requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents, to be declared as the lowest calculated and responsive bid or LCRB. The method used is a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion shall be used to verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents submitted by the LCB or lowest calculated bidder. The key personnel verification. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that, number 1, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract, and number 2, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of implementing office. For the equipment verification, also to be verified during the post-qualification is the set of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any piece of equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. Common reasons for bidders' disqualification. A. Late submission of bids without valid reason. B. Submission of patently insufficient bid, such as submission of an expired Certificate of Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System or PhilJEPS registration, platinum membership, or a Certificate of PhilJEPS certification containing expired Class A legal financial documents as determined during the eligibility screening. Number 2, failure to include certificate of employment, contract agreement among permanent personnel and staff of the firm, and curriculum vitae. Number 3, failure to submit required bid form. Number 4, submission of incomplete, insufficient, or defective documents due to non-inclusion. And or omission, mandatory provision, and statements for the required bid forms. Number 5, submission of bid form, bid securing declaration, omnibus sworn statement, and joint venture agreement without name, legal capacity, and signature of bidder or its authorized representative. Number 6, nomination of key personnel of profession different from what is required by bidding documents. Number 7, failure to submit required certification or key personnel as per DO9, series of 2012. Number 9, failure to submit proof of ownership, lease, or purchase agreement. Number 10, insufficient NFCC, and number 11, insufficient SLCC. Thank you.
So, are there any questions pa po? Additional clarifications? None. So, since we have no more matters to discuss,